something scary happened and a guy just fell over, just full on passed out on top of me. Yeah. Oh, my calf. Oh, my bike weighed in at 37 pounds. How'd that happen? Oh! It's been 9 years since I've been here for the Downieville Classic. I last did this race in 2014 and it was something I signed up for like a week or something beforehand. Now I'm a little bit better trained, but we just did the bike weigh-in and my bike weighs 37 pounds. One cool thing that happened this morning is 2 of my favorite YouTubers, Sid and Mackie, they're parked like right there. I'm racing the cross country today and the downhill tomorrow. I cannot get hurt this weekend. In less than a week, my wife and I are going on our honeymoon and we're going to be mountain biking in the Alps. The most important thing is that we make it to our honeymoon. My main goal is to complete both days and do it safely. So fingers crossed, I'm gonna finish getting ready and I'll take you along. I got my biggest fan, got my bike, I got my water bottles and my nutrition. It's time to go warm up and then get lined up. We warming up, pre-race, checking stuff out, feeling out my legs.
Remember, all mountain riders, don't change that bike. It gets weighed in tomorrow morning as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get your cross country on! It's Shimano Day! The cross country and part 5 of the All Mountain World Championships! Everyone have a great ride today. Have a blast, have fun, drink water, and be safe. Rock it on! Have a great time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, look at all those faces. It's go time. They got race face on. That lovely 8-mile climb.
Cold beers at the end.
Yeah! Ice cold beer!
All right guys, welcome to my home. I wanna cut in here because I wanna show a little bit of the start of the climb because not a lot of videos do show that. But I also wanna provide a little bit of commentary because I figure it's not that fun to just listen to me pant like a dog. So you saw the excitement of the starting gate and we start on a paved road. And then you're gonna take a sharp 180 degree right-hand turn. It's gonna turn to dirt. And the road is pretty good at start, and it's gonna get worse and worse and worse as you go towards the first aid station. And really that's the best time to pass is in those first couple miles. After that, it's still a double track fire road, but there are only a certain amount of lines that are actually good. The other lines are gonna be loose, rocky, rain ruts. Let's play the video here. So I did try to make a few passes on people and just try to make my way efficiently. Here's that turn that I was talking about, and you can see the road's great. My legs and my lungs are catching on like, oh, bike ride today. So here, I think these are the fast boys who are in the cross-country race. Since I was doing the all-mountain race, I started in front of these guys. These guys are just racing on Saturday. I'm racing both days. And next I'm going to tell you a story. I just want to show you as the road starts to constrict. So it was a really hot day and very exposed to the sun on this climb. And unfortunately it was so warm that my GoPro started to overheat and actually shut off within the first mile and a half or so. That's fine because there really isn't that much to show on the climb. I would love to show you a couple of the tricky sections on the climb, but such is life. The thing I really want to talk to you about is something that's kind of been eating away at me since this race. This race happened 6 months ago, and I've lost sleep multiple times thinking about it because I came up on a rider who was in complete distress, having a medical emergency, who was eventually airlifted out of the race, and I was the first one to respond, and I kind of kicked myself because I don't think I really provided the best care that I could have. And I want to share that experience because it's changed the way that I'm going to recreate in hot months for the rest of my life. And I think that by sharing that with you, you'll be more cognizant of it when you go out, and it'll keep you and your friends safer. So what happened was, on this climb before the first aid station, we were only about probably 3.5 miles in. I pulled over to the shade and I took a break, just a quick break. I wanted to get some water, some fluids. I needed to lower my heart rate. So I pulled off to the left-hand side of the trail, and I was standing next to a pretty sizable boulder. I was holding my water bottle, and a rider crashed into me on my right-hand side and was smashing me into the boulder. And at first, I just thought it was someone who missed a clip, like they came over to get in the shade with me, and they didn't unclip, and they just fell over. So at first I was a little bit rude, like, hey. And after a second or two, I realized that this person had collapsed over the handlebars and just drilled me into the side. And I asked them, if they need help, and they basically just kind of moaned a little bit. And that's when I first realized that there was an issue. So I was still clipped into my bike, getting smashed against a boulder, and I had a rider on top of me. So I had to unclip myself. I actually had to unclip this guy too. He was still clipped into his pedals. So I had to somehow hold my bike, and unclip his feet, get our bikes off of me, and I was able to pull him. He wasn't really able to sit up by himself. And I immediately was thinking, what's going on with this person? Why is this happening? Meanwhile, there's just a parade of people going by. It's just constant flow of people. So I was able to sit him down. I was trying to talk to him, and I asked him his name. He was able to say his name, but he mumbled it, almost like he was chewing his tongue. And I thought maybe he had just kind of become faint and passed out. Maybe the effort or the heat or the excitement of the race. And so I just thought maybe sitting him down would make him feel a little bit better, get some blood flowing back to his brain or whatever, and he would be all right. After sitting him down, he couldn't hold his body up, and I actually had to lay him down because he was just falling all over the place. And the next thing that occurred to me was that maybe he was diabetic and he was low on blood sugar. Maybe hadn't eaten breakfast, gone out too hard from the start of the race. And I thought maybe he was having a diabetic emergency or diabetic coma, and he needed blood sugar. So I started checking his body for any kind of tags or bracelet that would indicate diabetic. And I was trying to talk to him, ask him, "Are you diabetic?" And he mumbled, "No." But again, it was very scary because he was kind of almost chewing on his tongue or something like that. But he did communicate that no, he was not diabetic. That's when I realized that he was warm and he needed to be cooled down. This wasn't just being faint, lightheaded. This wasn't a low blood sugar issue. This was actually a heat issue. I just didn't realize how severe it was at that time. So I started taking off his helmet, trying to get his pack off, and I was a little bit slow to ask for help, but although some people had offered to help, they were kind of checking in, what's going on? And at that point, I didn't really know. I didn't know. Thankfully, a good Samaritan, one of the fellow riders who was a medical professional, he initially introduced himself as a nurse. And later in the day, I think he did admit that he was a doctor, a physician. He came up and said, "Hey, what's going on?" He got off his bike. He was the first person to come over and say, "What's going on?" And I told him this history. He told me his name. He told me he wasn't diabetic. He's overheated. And that guy was a savior. because he jumped right in and we started stripping this guy's shirt off. We took his shoes off and we started pouring water over him. That's where we really started solving this guy's problem as best we could, by just dousing him with water. Funny enough, not a lot of us actually had water. We had, electrolyte solution. So we were just like dousing him with sugar water, and I imagine later on he was just so sticky, but that's just what we had and what we needed to do because we were kind of in the middle of nowhere. As people were going by, we started yelling to them like, go get help, tell them we're having a problem, tell them we're having an issue. After a few minutes, someone who actually knew this man pulled up and started talking to him, talking to us, figuring out what was going on. And she was a big help. We'd kind of reached our limit of what we could do trail side, and we were really dependent on outside help coming, someone from the race organization. And at this point, dozens and dozens of people had told us that they were going to seek for help at the next aid station, which was probably less than 3/4 of a mile up the hill. But it's a steep hill, it's a loose, rocky hill. It wasn't going to be anytime soon, really. After about 15-20 minutes of staying there with this person, the woman who knew the men, they had driven up together, gave me her blessing to continue up. And it was decided that I was going to try and get help from the aid station as well. So that's when I got back on my bike. I left them there. I felt like the guy was in great hands with his friend and this medical professional, and I headed up. And I witnessed a woman coming down, and she was from the race. She was coming down, and she didn't look super prepared. I didn't really see like a medical bag or anything like that. And when I got to the aid station, I tried telling them, what was going on down there. And this is another sticking point that I have for something that's kind of been haunting me about this. I didn't stop and press the point about what was going on there. They had heard from, maybe 40 or 50 people at this point that there was a rider in need, and they had sent this woman down. But what I didn't really know is that they hadn't completely mobilized like a rescue, and this woman was going down there kind of unprepared. I take the fault that because I didn't stay at the aid station and say, you need to get, a truck up there, you need to get like proper EMTs or someone else, a paramedic up there. I think that I kind of dropped the ball, and I probably delayed the proper response from happening. And I feel really guilty about that. It's just that I was a little bit dismissed when I got to the aid station, and I didn't push my point about what I knew and my involvement in the whole thing. They had just kind of told me that they were aware and that someone was on their way and that it was going to be okay and that I should keep riding. And that's what I did. Whereas I should have stuck around and said exactly what they needed and provided some more context to the emergency. Why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because we were less than 4 miles into the race. It was probably before 10:30 in the morning. It wasn't super hot out. It was a really hot day. It was forecasted to be about 100 degrees, maybe a little bit less. With the heat index, people were saying it was over 100 degrees. I'm not sure about that. But it was a very hot day, but we weren't that far into the race. And I think because of that, I didn't really process that this was a heat-related emergency. And what I want to stress is that we all need to be cognizant, heat stroke and heat exhaustion, because this guy was having a full-on heat stroke and his brain was basically overheating. And it took me a few minutes to really figure out what was going on before we actually made moves to get him cooling down. I wish that I had been faster to recognize a heat illness, because I could have started dousing him down immediately, but I was kind of caught off guard in the chaos of it all. It took me some time to understand his needs. So I want you to put that on the forefront of your mind whenever you're recreating. Doesn't matter the sport, you can have a heat illness, and I want you to be thinking about that. I want you to read up on heat illness and maybe even consider taking a wilderness first aid training. I did that in college, wilderness first aid. I later did a wilderness first responder course through the NOLS, National Outdoor Leadership School. That was like a 10-day course. And that's what kind of set me up for later attending EMT school after I graduated college. After EMT school, I decided it wasn't for me, and I didn't pursue that line of career at all. But I say that because I did have some medical training, 10 plus years ago, and it still didn't occur to me that he was having a full-blown heat stroke in front of me. That's why I'm taking the time to say this. That's what I want you to think about when you're recreating this summer and going forward. That's what I want anyone who's coming to Downieville to think about, that it could very well be hot and you could be half a mile into the race and still have a heat illness. Thanks for listening to that. I hope that this gets you thinking about safety and looking out for symptoms in yourself and others around you, be it friends or fellow racers. I want to thank everyone who stopped to help or offer aid. I want to thank the doctor who helped me figure out what was going on and the friend that came. And ultimately, I caught up with them later that day after the race, and this man was helicoptered out to a hospital in Reno. And it was very, very serious, but he was stable as of the end of that day. Anyways, let's get back to the video. I hope you enjoy. Thank you, and y'all stay safe.
I just passed the first aid station and went up the next little climb. I've got about 504 feet more climbing until Packer Saddle, I believe. And something weird happened. Something scary happened. And a guy just fell over, just full on passed out on top of me. That was really scary. Luckily, someone he knew was there a few minutes later, and a nurse came. He kind of took over the scene. We took his shoes off, took his helmet off, took his jersey off, sprayed him down, laid him down. He remembered his name at first, and then didn't remember his name, couldn't say anything. He was in serious heat distress. It's a hot climb, and that scared me, man. Eventually, there were plenty of people helping out, and we sent for help. That was weird. I was probably there 15-20 minutes, and I'm way behind my ideal pace now, but I'm glad I was able to kind of provide some support, get that guy laying down and cooling off. Okay, I just climbed up to Packer Saddle, the second aid station. My goal was to get up here in sub 2 hours, which I made it, but barely. I got a calf cramp leaving the aid station. I kind of jumped onto my bike and my calf just cramped. Hey guys, thanks. Thank you. Oh, I gotta try and recover a bit. Thank you.
Stay right.
Thank you. Oh, calf cramp. Cramping, but I'm good. Ouch. Oh God. Oh, my calf. Oh. Okay, I need to keep moving.
Yeah, let's go.
It's tough.
It's not easy, man.
The heat's getting to me. Cramps on cramps right now. I had a quad cramp, now I got a right hammy cramp. That's not good. It's weird, I don't typically cramp, but I'm having a hard time right now. Let's see if I can walk it off a little bit. Ooh, I'm messed up. You're good, man. No worries. No rush.
I'm just tripping over here, no worries.
I think you're gonna pass me in a couple minutes.
What?
I'll be here.
Good job, Ryder.
You too.
Yeah, go get him.
Okay, thank you.
We're almost there, guys. Keep going.
Well, I had some cramps. I think I'll be dealing with those the rest of the day. But on the flat and downhill, I can kind of rest. This is the Gold Valley Rim Trail. I think I'm almost done with it. It's kind of up and down with some techie climbing. The GoPro's been overheating and turning off today. I'll just do what I can do. This is hard. Just hit another aid station. They have popsicles, which really hit the spot.
Let's go!
When you find a safe place, let me know. No pressure. Awesome, thank you.
Sorry about that.
No worries, thanks. Oh man, I'd love to get by, but okay, cool. I'm gonna ride past you. Thank you. Jeez, that was a bad place to pass. Oh, I wasn't clipped in. Yeah, I'm fatigued, and I'm descending like it. I think I just need to chill a little bit. That's all you, buddy. Appreciate it. One more. Thank you. The dust. What I'm proud of is I'm a pretty good descender. It's definitely like my skill set. The funny thing is I can't really do that because I'm tired. Riding. Yeah, nice. You're good. You're good. I didn't mean to be rude. You made it. Your foot came unclipped. That was scary. No, you're good. I'll cruise with you for a bit. When you find a safe spot, maybe I will sneak by you. No pressure. Take your time. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, that was a fun line. Thank you. Definitely brought too much bike to Downieville. My bike weighed in at 37 pounds. It's my only bike. So I'm just gonna run what I have. Oh, my legs are about to cramp again. Time I took a center line. What's up? Oh, that's the rock roll that Alex and I did. Hey, thank you. Okay. Thank you. I'm cramping everywhere. Ouch. All right, this is the start of the Baby Heads Trail. Dust from today is getting to my eyes. I'm all squinty. On your right. Go ahead. Thank you. Whoa. Oh, my eyes. The splash from the creek crossing felt divine. Creative line. Did you hurt yourself? Thank you. That went well. A couple of hiccups here and there. My eyes are the worst shape right now. Oh, this feels amazing.
It's so good.
Wow. All right, descending down to Pauley Creek. Pauley Creek. Hey. Hey guys. Coming up on you. Hello. Thank you. So far, I'd say the race is going kind of well. I stopped to help that rider. I've been thinking about him. He was messed up, and he was in a bad place. He couldn't talk, he couldn't eat. That kind of messed with my head, and it's okay that today takes me way longer because I helped that guy. I feel a little disappointed that I lost so much time, but it's okay. Oh, I'm hurting, but I just passed a bunch of people and I can't let them pass me on this descent. It's okay. You all right?
Yeah.
Cramping. Oh, I'm messed up. I'm tired. Come on, come on. Thank you. When you find a safe place, buddy.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. No apologies. Hey, thank you. Have fun. Hey. When you find a good place, man, no rush. I'm going inside, thanks. I'm exhausted. Okay, I'm at the bottom of Cramp Hill. I've already been cramping.
I like your face.
Oh, I'm gonna go on your right.
Sorry, bro.
That's okay, thanks. Well, nothing to it but to do it. And I'm gonna start out this climb. See how I feel. I feel crampy for sure. All right, see you at the top. Whoa, I have a problem. My chain's off or something. Crap. How'd that happen? I got leg cramps. There's a young man in front of me. He's doing great. Good job, buddy. I'll go on your left. Never mind, it's okay. Yeah, dude, you're shredding. Yeah, I can't really go much faster and be safe. Yeah, I knew there'd be a traffic jam right here. Man, I'm going slow.
Good.
Damn it. I like riding this feature.
Want water on your neck?
No, thank you. Whoa.
Come get some whiskey or some bacon.
Wow.
Come on in. What you want?
Electrolytes?
Oh, right here.
Do you have cold sparkly waters?
I'll get you one.
Oh, okay. Thank you. No, it's okay. I just realized it's for the volunteers. We're good. It's okay.
No,
I won't be able to
it's
drink a
not.
whole one either. Anyways.
Do what you can.
Okay.
Have it.
That's so nice of you. Sounds so refreshing. Thank you.
Your day's a lot harder than mine.
All right, trying to finish this thing up. I'm on the fire road, going down towards First Divide. I just completed Third Divide. I cramped at the top and just went down right away just to start moving before anyone else passed me. And my chain fell off in the back towards my wheel. That was weird. And then there was a lot of traffic, but that's okay. 11 years ago, I broke my clavicle and my scapula when I crashed into a tree on Third Divide. So I always kind of pat myself on the back when I finished Third Divide. I'm like, good job not crashing into a tree. Maybe you can ride a bike. I'm way behind my goal time. That's the way it is. It's okay. Thank you. You too. Thank you. Good job, man. You've been kicking ass all day. Did you hurt yourself? Pretty awesome here, but it's hot. Oh no, someone's riding without a tire. Holy shit, you're badass. Oh. Not cool. Thank you. Oh, that's not good. Paramedics on course.
Around that corner, there's somebody being hiked out. Heads up.
I'll be careful, thank you. I'm slowing down, we're good. I'll pull over here.
Sometimes the heart could be beating more, but
Wow, that's not good. Well, there's not too much more down to this Downieville course, which is a good thing because pretty much ready to be done. All right, my GoPro overheated again, but I'm getting into town here. Hey, we're almost done. This is a good feeling. Coming into town, safe, no crashes, My big goal is to finish. And if everything goes good for the next minute, I'll accomplish that. The heat definitely took a toll on me today.
You will likely miss.
What is this? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Rider or yourself on the podium. You'll need to wait for the 5 p.m. show.
Hey. Yeah. Thanks.